You really can't hear them?
I hear a buzzing, but
It's
sounds
only
electrical.
That's them.
That's so weird.
It's only a matter of time, people. It's obviously dusk, and I can see a cloud of mosquitoes up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can hear them going, and
I can't hear it. He's got really weird hearing. You know, if you go in a grocery store, not a grocery store, but a department store, and you hear that high-pitched whistle, he can hear that.
Well, not anymore, because all the TVs are LED. But back when they used to have tubes,
Yeah.
I could tell people if they had their TV on inside their house, if I was outside it. I could hear it. Uh-oh.
They found us.
So we got to talk
hurry.
fast. So here's the scoop. Hey, I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
Yeah, so you're new to the channel, or you've seen some of us and you're trying to piece all this together and wondering what in the world are these people about. Thought we'd take just a couple minutes and say, okay, here's where we are, here's what we're doing, and where we hope to go.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to waste your time, and
No.
we don't, frankly, want to waste our time.
What's that?
So, I guess we should start long-time background.
Yeah.
I have a background coming out of high school in Christian music, recording industry. I got a record deal in a band called Scarecrow and Tin Men, and right now, for all of you that are Googling,
Yeah.
yes, that was my weird hair.
And that was real hair. Not fake. Not extensions. Those were real hair.
And you won't believe it. Right now you're laughing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because the whole time, it was all about telling kids about Jesus, and if I had to look like a clown, I'll look like a clown. If I had to jump around on stage, we'll jump around on stage, as long as they would listen to us about that.
Yeah.
And they did. And it was awesome, and we did that for a long time, 10, 15 years, over the course of 2 bands, owned a recording studio, video production, worked with some of the biggest politicians and sports legends and videoing them and motivation.
Leaders and world leaders,
Yeah.
i.e. Gorbachev, Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody from Jerry Lewis to Colin Powell, Zig Ziglar, worked with him a lot. But they're coming. They're coming for us. But ended up as a praise and worship leader for another 8 years. But in the middle of that, we found that he's showing off for the camera.
Riding his bike back there. Sorry. It's okay, hon.
Yeah. Like he didn't know. That's why he went back. Whatever. Anyway, probably about 8 years ago now.
For what? You gotta give me
Waking up.
Oh, yeah. No, 10.
About 10 years ago then, we kind of just came to this conclusion that if it doesn't have to deal with a recording studio or a computer or a guitar or writing a song or publishing music, I don't know how to do it. Zero. No mechanic skills.
Gardening.
None of it.
None of it. No.
Nothing.
No farming. We grew up in the suburbs. Yeah, we didn't know any of this.
And then I looked into our pantry of our house, and I realized there maybe be 3 days worth of food in there.
Yeah.
And it was like a ton of bricks hit me. We went into full-on raging prepper mode.
We did, yeah. We did. I mean, buckets, Mylar bags, beans and rice and sugar and flour and, okay, fine.
All of it.
What's going to happen after that runs out?
Well, and it was a course of
Yeah.
maybe a year or two where we were learning and gathering and oxygen absorbers and survival seed banks. That's the biggest joke ever. That's the biggest joke ever. And I got to pause for just a second. Why is a survival seed bank a big joke? Because people like us bought them, and We got this big tube of seeds. It's going to not last a nuclear winter, and you can shove it in the thing for 20 years, and you pull out your seeds, and they're in these little vacuum-sucked packages. And then all of a sudden, you're going to be a master gardener who will feed your family.
It's a huge scam.
It's not a scam. No, it's really not a scam. The scam is on us because we believed that you just can miraculously cast your seed out there and you will have food for many, many generations. And poof, you're a gardener. And now all of a sudden you've got this food forest growing. Why? Because you saw it on the ad.
Right.
And it's just not true.
No.
You talk to any gardener who's actually worth a gardening
They
salt,
have a green thumb.
if they're telling you the truth, there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of effort involved. And even if you thought, well, I'm going to just rip up my backyard, when the zombies come, I'll rip up my backyard and have a food forest because I have a survival seed bank.
Well, no.
It doesn't work
that way. I mean, raspberries and blueberries and blackberries take years to cultivate to get
fruiting.
Good fruit.
Good fruit.
Good. Yeah.
I got good fruit.
I got good grammar. No.
Anyway, sorry, rabbit trail.
Yeah.
Yes, gardening takes a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And if you think you just bought the seed bank, and I was trying to catch a mosquito.
Mosquito.
If you think that that's just going to save the day and you don't know anything about gardening, you better think again.
Right. Because even 10 years later,
we still are struggling.
Learning. We're still learning. And we learn something new every year on what not to do. And
soil types and acidity levels and pH and
manure.
How much this,
how much green matter you can put in
sunlight,
a raised bed.
heat.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Anyway, coming back. So we realized we didn't know how to do stuff, and then the gateway drug happened. It was the gateway drug was
chickens.
Once you go chicken, you'll never go back.
Go back. No. Chickens they're addictive. Oh my goodness.
They're fun.
We went to we got chicks just recently. We have full grown chickens. We just got some more chicks, and I went to the feed store again, and I wanted to buy more. You wouldn't let me. But chickens...
You just got 7.
I know, but I wanted more. I want more. But our chicken house is really not that big for that many chickens. Anyway. So chickens are awesome.
Yeah.
They pop out these little nuggets of...
love.
Yumminess. Well, after you cook them anyway.
So chickens became... Gardening became bees. Bees became a separate property, which that was a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
No money down. We dealt straight with him, not a bank. He's like, yeah, pay me whatever you can.
Yeah.
$200 a month sounds great.
Sounds awesome.
For 11 acres and a barn and...
a really old house and...
But we were learning, and we met the right people with the right knowledge, and then that became rabbits, and rabbits became goats.
That was awesome. I loved having goats. But then, goat's milk. If you don't like goat's milk, you can only really make goat cheese with it, and he doesn't like that either.
Neither did most of us.
Okay, that's true. I was the only one that liked the goat cheese. But then, goats led to cows. And man, oh man.
Okay, we need to pause real quick.
Yeah.
Because of Grace, our daughter. Our daughter Grace was born, she was a miracle. Pound and 15 ounces, cerebral palsy, a lot of health issues.
Oh, wait, time out though. Most of these people don't know how many kids we actually have.
7.
We have 7 children. Ages range from 23 to 9. So... you can do the math and
she's in the middle.
How often we had kids. So, but then Grace, who is actually our exact middle child.
So Grace
is our middle child. She is right smack dab in the middle. Doesn't behave like a middle child. But she was born at 26 weeks, 5 days, at 1 pound and 15 ounces. And she is a miracle because they were not expecting her to survive.
So, very long story made very short. She has a lot of respiratory issues that she used to get pneumonia knocking on death's door.
5-6 times a year.
We were in all children's hospital a lot. And she was a fighter, is a fighter.
Yeah.
But Mama started doing a bunch of research on food, what it is, where it comes from, chemicals, not just the chemicals that are in the food, but what the animals are eating.
Right.
And we came to the conclusion that we needed to start making her own raw food.
Right.
Milk was going to be because she eats through a G-tube, so everything has to be liquid because she can't eat with her mouth. That's another long story.
Right. That long story short, she has to have her nutrition through a G-tube, which is just a little button right on that goes straight into her stomach. Mosquitoes are bad.
It's a port.
So yeah. So started making started making her food with raw milk and raw veggies and a little bit of meat, not a ton, but
Liquefied.
But I had to put it in a Vitamix to blend it and then strain out all of the thick items so that it wouldn't clog her G-tube. So
Then, shortening the story even more, the place we were living at in Cincinnati was only 1 acre, and some angry neighbor called the county and said, hey, they've got a mini cow, which was a mini cow, a Dexter,
yeah,
which was basically a
big dog. She was
a big
500
dog.
pounds. Not that a dog is 500 pounds, but she was.
So they changed the zoning and didn't let us know.
Yeah.
And then we got a letter saying you can't do this anymore. And we're like, nope, not. Grace is doing better. There's no way we're going back to that way for her. There's no way.
Right.
And one of our subscribers reached out and said, hey, have you ever thought of Rib Lake, Wisconsin? And we said, no.
Oh, never heard of it.
One thing led to another, and we're living in Wisconsin. And we are learning and learning and learning. And our channel is honestly, clearly not made up. It's not. We have far too many mistakes to make it made up like all these whitewash channels. Like everything's perfect and isn't it all great? Because it's not.
No, but with moving here and us being able to get cows, Grace is thriving. She is, if you go back 4 years,
Look at
we've
the videos.
been doing a YouTube channel for 6.5 years now. If you go back to the beginning, go back to the beginning, and then you see Grace.
Look at the bags under her eyes.
Oh yeah, so different. Then she was getting a formulated, the mainstream
Sugar water.
formula food that was meant for G-tube kids, G-tube fed kids, and
She's doing a lot better now.
she never gets sick anymore.
We got COVID.
We got last November, late November, we got COVID.
She got sick for a day.
Yeah, she had a stuffy nose for maybe a day and a half, a slight fever. Done. And she's 17.
I was laid out for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I was out for 2. But yeah.
So what you put in your body makes a big difference,
Huge difference. Yeah. When we first moved up here, that first winter, she got the flu. We got 3-4 weeks,
She got another day.
She had a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, your body can heal itself
If you give it the right goods.
Give it the right foods. So.
Anyway, you'll see that we don't whitewash the stuff that we're doing. If Brad falls because Brad was not being a good thinking individual, Brad falls. And if I break stuff, which happens far too often, that's because honestly we're learning.
Yeah.
And we
mistakes
do
happen.
well, and we do appreciate when you're nice.
Yeah.
You.
And give us advice.
But
We
if it's
do.
nice,
Yeah, and not
you're an idiot and blah blah blah, and you're so fat, because that actually happens a lot.
Yeah. No, you know,
Let it go.
I will.
Let it go. Let it go. I don't know this song because we don't watch that movie. I just heard part of it, and it's addictive.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, we're going to keep doing what we're doing because, truthfully, we do believe our country and the world is in for a brick wall. There's a reset coming. It's already begun. And if you have the means to learn some skills, learn how to garden, put some food away, we're not trying to force anything down anybody's throat. But we're saying if you have ears to hear, try to do that.
And we're not saying that you have to go out and buy a huge piece of property
Or do what we do.
or do what we do. We're just asking you to just look at the signs.
Consider it.
Consider it. Even if you live in an apartment,
Take action.
you can still do things in your apartment. You can grow sprouts. You can,
Sprouts are incredibly nutritious.
very nutritious. There's so many things that you can do.
For those of you guys who are saying, well, I'm in an apartment situation, sprouts.
Yeah.
You can get sprouted grain, seed, cheap, like pennies when you buy tons of it.
Yeah.
You may not know this, but those seeds to make wheatgrass and all those sprouted grains, they don't require soil to make them come to full harvestability, and they don't even require light.
No.
Everything that is needed is packed into that seed to get it to maturity. You're not trying to grow it to keep growing it again and again and again. You're trying to grow it to eat it.
To eat it, and you can do that. It's very nutritious.
There's ways to do stuff. You're getting eaten
I
alive.
am getting eaten alive. They like
right.
my blood.
You're so sweet, baby. So anyway, we wanted to just give you a recap because there's been a lot of people that have come on and don't know the full story.
Yeah.
Get ready, people.
Buckle
the
up,
next few
Sally.
years are going to be a wild ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.